Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and looking right in front of you, you can see yet another Tyrannosaurus Rex has made it to my channel. And in my opinion, that is not a bad thing because who can ever get enough of that wonderful T-Rex? And this time we are taking a look at the brand new 2018 Collecta Tyrannosaurus. And my god, I was so super psyched to get this thing on the channel. I've been looking forward to getting one of these for quite a long time. This is the newest figure, as I mentioned, in the Collecta Tyrannosaurus line because they have quite a few Tyrannosaurus figures from previous years. Now, they had made one that looked very, very similar. It had like the same color scheme exactly, but it was very heavily feathered, and I was completely head over heels in love with that figure. And now they have this one, which also sports some nice feathers down the back and the back of the head, but the majority of the body is scaled rather than feathered. So it's very, very cool to have a few different versions of this Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I really, really do like the appearance of this one. I think it looks very cool. I think the pose and the sculpt look very, very nice, especially from even a distance. I haven't really taken too much of a closer look at it, so I will do that here in a second. But I think that the overall appearance of this figure is really quite nice. I do like the pose that it's in. Kind of gives me the vibe like he's up on the ledge of a mountain and he's just roaring off to let everybody know that he is not the king of the jungle, he is the king of the dinosaurs, as Tyrannosaurus Rex always has been. So let's get a closer look at this beautiful figure. Starting up here at the head with the head sculpt, you can see that the head sculpt looks very nice. Lots of beautifully sculpted scales all over the place. The lower jaw looks nice, and one thing to note that I really do like about the head is there are many different shades of coloration put right here into the head of this T-Rex. I think that this is very cool. Really helps to give it a living type of an appearance with having so many different shades. It definitely looks very, very nice, and I love the eye, even though I'm not usually a huge fan of just pure black eyes, but it really looks nice on this figure. It really, really looks very real. It's beautifully glossed. The detail and sculpt all around the eye looks very nice as well. You can see a beautiful sculpted ear right back here, which is something that I feel like is missed often on dinosaur figures. But that looks very, very good. Looking at the opposite side, you see the paint and everything looks great over here as well, and that eye once again looks fantastic. So the overall head sculpt and paint is beautiful. The nostrils are sculpted nicely. And the teeth, you can see, are kind of all meshed together as far as the paint and the material goes. So they don't look the best, but they don't look bad. The inside of the mouth is nicely sculpted. You can see some beautiful detail there on the tongue. Some great detail on the back of the mouth there, and the back of the throat, and the upper part of the mouth. The mouth is articulated, and it's actually very stiff right now. I haven't really used it too much, but it looks beautiful even with the mouth closed. Very, very nice looking figure. You can see that the feathering on the back of the neck here, back of the head, looks beautiful. Big scruffy feathers just kind of all over the place. Nicely sculpted detail. As far as the scales go, as we run down the neck, that white there, that white stripe is really super bright for some reason. And one thing that's a little weird to me though is the underbelly is like this cream type of a color, almost a white, but then when you get to right here in the throat, it's really bright for some reason. I have no idea why it brightens up so much right there. I don't know if that was done intentionally or if it was just an oversight. I don't know, but you can see a seam right there where the neck connects to that little area. But other than that, that's like the only downside that I can see as far as the paint goes on this, because other than that, the paint looks really nice. There's not too much in the way of paint anywhere else on the body, but I mean, the majority is just that one coloration. But it looks very nice, and there are some hints of like darker browns put in just to give it a little bit of a different coloration, a little bit of shading done to it, and that does look very, very nice. And you can see that these feathers run the entire course of the back out onto the tail and then end about halfway through the tail right there. And they are all that nice blue that is on the back. Some beautiful scaling all over the side of the figure. Little T-Rex arms look like they're proportioned pretty well. They have painted the nails, and they are a black coloration. Some nice skin folds and stuff here on the under part of the belly. Beautiful muscle tone in the leg right here. And the calf muscle is also very nicely sculpted. I like the little folds of skin right here in the back of the knee. That looks very nice. And the feet are beautifully sculpted and nicely painted. The nails are a darker, more like actually a grayish color than a black. As I mentioned, the claws and the hands were black, but they're actually like a darker gray. Again, beautiful sculpt work here on the back where the tail leads from the leg. And then we run the length of the tail. And this lighter coloration changes to all brown right about there, but it's like a little bit of a lighter brown than what we have right here. There's like a darker brown line that runs the length right here where the white changes and transitions, and then it changes to this lighter brown. And as always, we've got the cloaca there, which is always an incredible touch by Collecta. The opposing side looks very nice as well. Beautiful as far as the sculpt goes, and the paint is, like I mentioned, applied very nicely. So I think Collecta has done a phenomenal job this year with their figures. So many beautiful figures came out of Collecta as always, and we've got a lot of obscure species that came out this year, but then we also got some fantastic, very common species like this Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Iguanodon that we had previously got. And honestly, I really loved all of them. I don't think there was a bad figure that came out of Collecta this year, but then again, I can't really ever recall a year in the past few years where I saw a figure by Collecta and thought, wow, that is really not good. Because they are pretty much always good. Collecta is a fantastic company, and they do a great job on their figures all the time, and they always strive for realism, like including a cloaca, so that is something that gets a huge plus for me as opposed to other companies that just don't do that. I love the fact that they strive for realism, so great job with that as always. As far as the size of this T-Rex goes, he is quite a large figure. So from the snout to the tail, you're looking at about 13 inches, or about 33 centimeters, and for a height to the tip of his snout there, you're looking at about 6¼ inches, or 16 centimeters. And for a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, and you can see that the Collecta Tyrannosaurus Rex is definitely significantly longer, but in my opinion, definitely an overall larger figure than the Papo Rex, but they're very close in size. Just different positions. So, not shockingly, yet another fantastic release from Collecta. They continue to strive for excellence, and they always continue to impress me with that attitude because their figures are consistently beautiful all the time, and this Tyrannosaurus Rex is no exception. I know a lot of people love their T-Rex figures to be really feathered, and the debate is really still up in the air as to whether they had feathers or not, so I think it was very smart on Collecta's part to kind of go a little bit in between here, as we have some feathers included, but then we have a lot of scales included. So it's really a little bit of both, and you can't really argue with that. They're just trying to basically give you every option I think that there is as far as the Tyrannosaurus Rex goes. The feathered one that they had previously was fantastic, absolutely beautiful, and I do think I like that one a little more than this one. I'm not really sure why, but I do really love this one as well. One difference between this one and the previous feathered one, though, is that the feathered one had a base, whereas this one does not. This one is freestanding, and I will say that this stands beautifully. There are no issues whatsoever with this thing falling over or having any balancing issues, not even remotely an issue. You can see right there that my area that I review these on isn't the most level spot in the world, and it is standing there just like a champ. So fantastic job as far as the sculpt, great job as far as the paint, and an even more beautiful job with the fact that this thing can stand as well as it does. So I will link you guys in the description to everythingdinosaur.com where you can order one for yourself. So go ahead and go check out everythingdinosaur.com today. Fantastic website to order dinosaur figures from, and grab yourself a little bit of Collecta and maybe just this Tyrannosaurus Rex because it is beautiful. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.